After 1 week of performance, got some nice young faces playing for them. Let's see if they can get this going.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Now Purdy. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And now the Browns are going to take another. Timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. That's caught. It's McCaffrey again. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. It's another first down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this.
And he's going to be taken down here. And sacked back at the 32. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
And he can't hang on to it, and the screen never got started. When you look at this Browns defense, they currently sit at number 4 in the NFL in terms of stopping the run.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants him to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to him.
Watch out!
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Well, that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. Eddie Pinheiro on now. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. This is up and good from Pinheiro. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. They were trying Probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
From the 41, here's a 2nd and 4.
Get it! Ready!
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And they got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
A gain of 2 on the play. And this is 3rd down.
Lions! Bring it! Steady!
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to have a Browns 1st down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
That was good, tough running right up the middle, and if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Ready, go!
Here's Sanders. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Throwing, Sanders. And that is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone, and there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Ready! 70, stand by 1. Pat the 60, pat the 60. That's your man, that's your man. Let go.
To throw is Sanders. Now he's going to step up and run. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That's good for a 1st down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Check. Ready. Pat the 60. Pat the 60.
Now the former volunteer, it's Dylan Sampson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Dylan Sampson, his 1st touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Browns have answered that early field goal to take a 1st quarter lead. The extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want it end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants a drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Purdy. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, 49ers. Brandon Ayuk, his second touchdown on the season. And the 49ers have retaken the lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. Then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
On play action, here's Shadur. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball in a passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to come from with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
Okay,
2nd and 10. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
To the left side, he finds Bond. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 5.
Come on.
In motion comes the tight end left. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation.
Got it. Ready? Here we go. Set. 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles. Warriors 70.
To throw now, here's Sanders. Now he'll tuck this and run. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down on the 32-yard line. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10.
And this
They'll keep it on the ground. Sampson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Show that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
70, Timberwolves. Panther 11, Panther 11.
From the shotgun, Sanders. Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go. Ready.
Here's a give up the middle. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great play there. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns have moved out in front. Well, this will frustrate a coach right here. The flag is out before they get off the extra point, and this is going to be a delay of game. Now from 5 yards further back, this becomes a 37-yard extra point attempt. And that makes it 14-10.
Makes the score Browns 14. 49ers 10.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he returns this to the 22.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They go play action here. Purdy. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Outside. 18. Watch out.
Trying to get to the outside. This is McCaffrey. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before. He's out of bounds.
A gain of 6.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
First down.
The Niners at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. This time they'll throw it. Here's Purdy. And this is incomplete. He was trying to get that one into the hands of Christian McCaffrey. And it'll bring up third down. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
18! Watch out!
Purdy off the play fake. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in Week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Browns drive about to get started. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. We'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
On second down, they'll run it here. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. 3rd and 3. And now they'll audible to something else. Sanders. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
Trap 60, trap 60, hurt. Dragon 60, 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Ready.
Off the play fake. Here's Sanders. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. 57 yards. And the Browns will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point safely through. And that makes it a 21-10 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They can certainly use it down by 2 scores. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1. Throwing here, Purdy. It's complete downfield, out left to his running back. And he's going to get this down inside the 5 before he's out of bounds. A big play there just before halftime. 61 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Purdy. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. The sack sets him back a full 10 yards there on 1st and goal. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Jack Fox set to kick off.
The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, they'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one. From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and 1. And Shaheed going to go in motion.
Seven Pirates!
Sanders to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Well, the connection they've had has been excellent today, but not on that snap. I think he was asking just a little too much as he extended that play, hoping for one more completion with him.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Well, looks like they'll move things around here. Pass taken in. Ball has been tight end. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
67 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
1st down, Cleveland.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 16 yards. A little deja vu from the previous play where they got 16. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Come on. Ready.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Pass the 60, pass the 60. Buffalo 18, 19 Lions. Let go.
Now Sanders. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive.
18 Cardinal, 19 tight, 19 tight. 18, 5.
Back to throw. Sanders. Open man left side. Shaheed has it. Just a gain of a couple there. And it'll be 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on 4th.
Viking 18.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They'll indeed go for it. It's Sanders. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Point after try forthcoming. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Next the score, Browns 48, 49ers 10.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Purdy now to throw off the play action. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
McCaffrey running up the middle. And he'll push forward to the 37, gain of 2.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. Trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. Inside the 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. Point after, right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25.
49ers 10.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
2nd and 10 here as we roll along in quarter number 3 from Santa Clara. Back to throw, Purdy. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know that there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Purdy now to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And you can tell just by looking at them that this offense is a frustrated unit. Things are really unraveling here, and as a head coach, time to earn your paycheck. You've got to find a way to keep it together as that brings up another 4th down.
A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 36-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure you have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take us across the 50 and down to the 44. 106 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
44-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. 70 Timberwolves.
In motion left, Hardman. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
60. 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles. Ready.
They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
19, 18. Here we go. Shot. Cougar 19.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. From the gun, they'll try to run it.